Welcome to Island Tea with your faves. Keep it locked in with us for your daily dose of hot tea only on Win Media 98.9.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN, guys. It is Terrific Tuesday, and I think we're in the final day of May 31st. And of course, I'm your fave, I'm joined by my lovely co-host and producer, Jade Gwen Idita, CPL Matter Stuart Johnson. Jade, good morning, and how are you doing?
Skip.
Okay. Yes.
Morning, though.
Is that kind of day?
It was that kind of night.
That kind of night.
Let's just say ice cream and coffee does not mix.
Wow. Okay. What are you doing this morning?
Sleep deprived.
Okay, but better, at least a little?
Yes.
Your spirit is settled? Right. We move.
We need to.
Oh, but guys, wishing everybody a pleasant morning, hoping that you guys have a productive day. At least you're gonna get some tea, as we go through.
At least.
As we go through the day. Jed, I've been thinking, why people don't want to see others win by, like.
Because it puts a spotlight on their failures or their perceived failures.
But I don't know if it does. It does.
It don't matter what you think.
I
You're
think
not one of the people who don't like to see people win.
But what I'm saying is, it kind of like the spotlight don't mean that other people seen it. What I'm saying is, because somebody else does well, it doesn't mean that other people somehow watching you and saying, "Oh, look at your failures." I mean, it might make you think about it, but I don't think other people that be usually watching you and thinking that's how we go.
I don't know, friend. I don't do them things.
That's what I'm trying to figure out who does it.
Well, I'm
So
not-
is it a self thing? Like I don't think the general consensus is to look at other people's losses when somebody else win. You might focus on it
when
personally.
you're a hater, that's what you do. When you're a hater, see, miserable people just love to make or see other people miserable.
Misery loves company.
Exactly. So it's kind of, it wouldn't make sense for you to try to figure out why people like that. They're just that. There's nothing you can do about it because that's not how you are.
But these are the people that does make things difficult for everybody. That's the problem.
Well,
And I look at it like, when you're young, I don't know if you had these experiences, but inevitably there would be this young guy whose father gave him a ball for either his birthday or for Christmas. Said young man would come to the court, the field, in the village, in the community, and would be playing with his ball. Some other young boys would come down and be like, "Hey, let's start a game." And this young boy gonna decide, "No, it's my ball. I don't want nobody else play with it. I can play with my own ball." Which is fine. You could go ahead and do that.
yeah, I mean, that's your right.
But my thing is, what fun you're missing out on, but not allowing everyone to play.
They don't care, friend.
That's the way to look at it. It's better if everybody else playing the game. It's better if everybody else winning, everybody else having fun. Because when one win, everybody win, yeah.
Yeah, but you're thinking about it from a rational.
They're thinking rational too, It's just that the logic warped. Like I've seen it a lot lately, Jade, where there's a lot of people. They make impressions about how great they are and all the achievements they're doing and blah 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 blah. But what I mean, if one, you lie, and two, you ain't bringing nobody along. Like, where are the fruits from the tree?
Bruh, yeah.
Where are the fruits from the tree?
As if everybody can't be the same. Let the haters just be haters and miserable. Like, I don't have the energy to figure out why people are miserable,
No, you see, the problem is, Jade, I don't have a problem if people just do their thing and don't give people a leg up. Because there's some people like that who I love and respect, for everything they've done and everything they've achieved, The ones I can't stand is the ones that, in their effort to get up the ladder, they turn back and saw off the steps as they go up.
Yeah, listen. Them type of people, you just have to leave them to the foot of the cross, as the good church people they say. Because
We can't just shut on the ladder with them on it.
no, because they're gonna make you just like them. And you wanna be better. Right?
How does one deal with people who consistently try to box food out your mouth? How does one deal with that? Pray? Because you ain't one for just the prayer and walk away,
I suppose so. My answer.
Because that's what you're telling me. Leave them to the foot of the cross.
No.
I wait to hear how you respond to this now.
I don't know because I've never been in that situation. But if
Jade?
I was,
Jade,
I feel
you're just saying no.
See, that's it.
You're just saying no.
And I don't feel like I felt it. So I've never had, to my knowledge, anybody do that to me, and I've realized it because I've always been somebody that figures out stuff. So even if there's somebody that's trying to hinder my progress, it never happens because what is for me is for me.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I think though,
But it does happen, eh?
No. It's a thing. It's a thing. And I was watching somebody the other day who would have worked their way into a position.
I know what you mean, innit?
You know the person, but I don't think you know what I'm talking about.
Oh. Well,
This was.
I mean, there's too many people doing it then.
No, this is a recent. You actually, if you have to guess who was the person,
I want to say it off your back, I feel like they're going to read your mouth.
No. If you have to guess who the person is who been doing the bad minding, you'll get one guess. So,
Bro, that they're hard, you know?
there's a lot of bad minding people around. I tell you so. Yeah.
Javel said they drop a seed one day and look at us now.
Yeah, but it spring up all over. But I saw this person. They worked their way into position.
Girl or boy?
The person who I'm speaking about is a guy who worked his way into position. The person who undermined him, female. So
I feel like I know what you mean.
so here it is. The guy been doing this job forever. People seem to be happy and pleased.
Mm-hmm.
All of a sudden now, here comes the bad mind.
Mm-hmm.
To decide, well, bye, watch you. Not here.
Not he.
Not he. Citing experiences that are totally opposite to the experiences that the client would have had with the same person.
Yeah, well, that's how it is usually, so you know.
And I did thinking to myself, like, Lord, man. I listening to this and I just there like, but why?
Because people hate to see other people win.
Oh, man.
Especially when they feel like they should be in the position that you're in. Simple, so. So they would literally go behind your back, lie, cheat, steal to get the thing that they feel like they should have. And then you know what has happened when they get it?
Then
They just mess it up.
fumble the bag.
Oh, as if I've never seen a situation where somebody does something like this and they prosper. Now
Yeah.
the person that they lie to, watching them like, well, you tell me that I could do these things.
Yeah, fumble the bag. They fumble the bag.
It's
They
not
fumble the bag and then
at
they...
all.
What?
What? What? Sir?
Zeke Percival, you are way off.
Way
I don't
off.
even know what you're talking about.
Please don't mix us in that.
But yeah, I want to talk to them people. Who I want to talk to is the people who in leadership positions. I'm talking about politicians. I'm talking about little leaders in the community, people who have the...
I got to turn everything into politics.
This
I
ha-
don't
this-
get tired.
This have nothing to do with politics.
Like, I don't get tired for sure. I can't imagine waking up first thing in the morning and everything like...
It got to be about politics,
Yeah,
but
You know, tiring that is as
I can't fathom, Jane.
Anyway, speaking of politics, is that you got a new show coming up next after us with Pam?
You think they're drafting off us? You think they're like F1 with the cars are draft off of the...
No, I think everybody just wants a show now because they see that's the hot new thing.
That's the hot new thing.
Yes, but we welcome y'all. Come to Win FM and have y'all shows. Yes, this is the platform for you. But yes, the People's Action Movement will be having a new show. It's called The Movement. Their first guest will be the honorable... Well, he's not the honorable anymore.
Well, he
But
could be
the leader
honorable.
of the party, Sean Richards. You may proceed, friend.
Yes,
Just have
I
to do a
just,
little plug there.
yeah, I just wanted to big up the people who in leadership positions who ain't afraid to see, the people around them do well.
I mean, I feel like that's what you're supposed to do.
Like
as a
people who,
person.
like people who genuinely feel good about the success of others. Like, them is the kind of people I want around me.
Trust me.
Them is the kind
Them
of
is
people I
the
want
type of
around me.
people you need. And you could always sense when somebody is not happy for your success. You're like, you had this on your chest locked time. You feel away because it's not you. I've had that several times. Even starting the show, I've seen many of people try to, one, discredit the fact that I actually started the show. Two, be upset because I actually started the show and it's not crashing and burning.
Mm.
And three, just be upset because the show seemed to be doing good.
Let me tell you something.
And what you
Jade.
could do, but
tell you-
let them just feel how they feel.
Let me tell you something, Jade. I didn't know. Sometimes it's only when you end up in a situation where things could go left or right when you recognize what people hopes for you really were, you know. I've been in some situations, right, where things could have totally crashed and burned and they didn't. And you see the like you see the
Like, are you upset?
Oh, the man saved that there. Oh.
Y'all miserable. Y'all need to talk to God, talk to a counselor, talk to somebody, because all this miserableness cannot be good for your health.
Yeah, but me want to talk to them people. I want to talk to the people who are out here doing all they can.
Talk to them there first.
Yeah, I want to talk to the people who are out here doing all they can to uplift the people around them. Watch here, when one person win, everybody win.
Simple.
Everybody win. Your wins is yours. There's enough wins for everyone to. Everybody could win here.
They can, but some people just do not want it. They prefer to be the only person winning. And that's why they're going to just forever lose.
That's what it is. Right. Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T. What's up? Okay, Mr. Caller. But yeah, Jay, I tired seeing it. Like I said, I also see the opposite ways. Like, I see people who genuinely uplift the people around them, eh?
I can't imagine being in positions to do that and then not. First of all, you can't do everything. One thing I've learned from a young lady is to build a team of people that you are close with that can do things that you need them to do on a drop of a dime.
Yeah. Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T. What's up?
Hey, good morning, good morning. What kind of bush in the tea?
Morning. Well, we're doing odd bush, so it's only lemongrass today.
Oh well, I like a lot of bushes. Where each-root, where the bush.
That's the kind of bush you want me said me? Okay.
That's my good family, you know. Anybody mess with each-root, mess with me. All right.
All right.
So each-root is not out there by himself. Now, the issue of leadership. A lot of us think leadership means in charge, you know, me one say, me one do. Now, a young man, I'm saying it's named Janeel Boone, Janeel, you know Janeel Boone? He work at Christian station, Dominion Radio.
Okay.
Have you ever heard about him?
I don't think so.
No, I
But
can't.
you must invite him one this time.
Okay.
He has an app in which he talks about leadership, the 21 laws, irrefutable laws of leadership, which I'm encouraging everybody to try and listen to. You could download it as well. You can listen to it on YouTube, other platforms. It is called the Big Ask, B-I-G Big A-S-K Ask, and he deals with leadership, the type of leadership, because as I said, often we end up in leadership position without any training. You know that, right?
Yeah.
And the only one we know is to push and control. So we brought along from slavery what do you call them? The overseer. So you beat everybody into action and into submission. So I'm recommending that all of your listeners check it out. The Big Ask, B-I-G-A-S-K, Janeel Boone, Janeel Boon. He's a taxi driver, tour operator. He does mountain tours and so. But he has been going to the book. He said the book is online. So if you prefer to get the book, it is called the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Now, when we start to look at the book and look at what leadership is, what it is not, how do you promote other people, you know, then it will help a lot of us who have not been trained to begin to examine the type of leadership we have and to work out if that is what we want or is that the best for our organization, whether your church, your group, your country. You know, so it is not only political leaders, people who find themselves in leadership position and often don't know what to do. So they often do it badly. And the best thing, you know, is the Bible. We don't want to hear the Bible, some people. It tells you how to deal with people. You should be glad for people. But it's nothing new that people who you're looking to are looking for. David said, the man who eat my bread, we walk together to church. We did everything I do. When he's sick, I'm sick. He said, but when I'm sick, he out there saying, by nobody with David, he's not going to come out. He's not going to come down off the bed. He said, the man who I do everything for lift up his heel against me. You know, but you don't worry about it, as Jade say. Time will tell, Jade, you're wise. I like your attitude, and I want you to download the thing.
Wisdom.
When people saying, oh, Jade ain't this and Jade ain't that, Jade will grow. As you grow, you mature, or you should. Once you acknowledge your own weaknesses, you try and work on it. You don't say, well, I don't care what anybody says. No. So I want to recommend that podcast, The Big Axe. The man is Johnny, a young fellow, maybe young like you, but he has been doing some leadership training and talks and conferences. So I'm recommending to all of us, because right now we are asking ourselves, who are really our national leaders? Are they aware of what they do? Because some do it in ignorance, that's all they know. So may the Lord continue to bless us. I want to say, while I'm here, let me send advance birthday greeting to my niece, Antoinette Attil Christmas. Her birthday is tomorrow. To her husband, Dr. Don Christmas, and all her triplets and everybody else. So check out the podcast and learn what leadership is. You may be able to share it with another friend. One of your leaders, because right now in St. you wonder who are the leaders and who are the followers. All right then.
Thank you. Speaking of leaders,
What's happening?
big up the Prime Minister for losing all this weight.
What going on? Something
Yes,
happening?
how slim Tim look.
Something happening? What going on? I'm missing something?
I don't know if they stress out Tim or just Tim just out here to get himself by, but Tim looks slim. Being like, you didn't see it on the picture. Let me show you.
I don't know. I don't.
Let me show you,
Unless
let
you
me show
send me something, I have not seen it. Like, that's basically how we go. If
I
you,
saw it up to yet. Let me go on the. Of course. Let me go on that page.
Timo. Let's see what going on here.
Yeah, man, the man slim. Got to listen.
Let me see what going on here. Cause like sometimes.
Man, I just was about to pull it up. It got to be in the gym, Jace, because listen.
Let me see what going on here.
I said, no, I got the man stress out. I got the man hit in the gym. Look, what?
Come on, Jay. Yeah, the shot big.
No, boy. Watch it go there. That is a slim man.
That is a slim man. Yeah.
Tim is a slim thing. Tim is a slim thing.
So I think that's healthy. That's healthy weight loss, or that's just.
Bye. Listen. For somebody, for talking as somebody who lost weight from stress, it could be.
Let me tell you something, right? Timo been walking from Tabernacle to Molineux for months and months and end.
Yeah, it could be
you
that
got
too.
to be seeing something. You got to be seeing something. Yo, yeah, let's make me laugh here. When it's two things, when Dougie, Sean always been fit and
Yes,
trim.
Sean always been a
Mark
slim thing.
look like he got a personal trainer.
The man where he wake up and down, the little blue machine.
So Timo, I think I better me. I ain't gonna do me.
Sorry, what kind of
No, but I mean, I like the fact that, at least when it comes to that we've been seeing, yeah, people might say, okay, Timo might be looking like onlooking, maybe the least fit, but at the same time, he does show that he takes health seriously from his health work.
If you're running a country, you ain't doing nothing healthy, something wrong, because you ain't gonna last long.
I see Dougie there with in his Muay Thai outfit.
Okay. This up there.
Good morning, caller. You're live on Island T. What's up?
Good morning. Sorry about my respect, but I kind of was, you mean some skinny little outfit and the thing, the jacket, the pointy. And they got a long tail, that what you call multi.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lord, my children are having some pancake and make up a bush steak. Mommy saying and she bush steak.
What kind of pancake?
They call them, their name again, the pumpkin pancake.
Pumpkin pancake, okay.
Pumpkin, yeah. Up all morning on the sun, up all since morning, not up all morning, it's up since morning after 3. Because I don't get to rest, and this thing bothering me. And I get up a bed, my skin go after 5 hours, going to 5. And then I would start to mop. And let me tell you, dear Jade, listen to me, good. Right. Right, it bothering me, and I don't, you see, because when you poor and you ain't got no money, somebody come choke a bag in your mouth with a chicken, and I say, yes, you poor, yes, see it, man. See that, sucking me chicken, that always a go with me chicken. And now I get the whole message. That lady really had a problem already. Well, I only didn't know she had a problem and with a fire, and they call it a fire with a obia and so. That's what we will call it, you know. She went to Nevis and she got a problem. Over there from, so I could talk the story. And then that, you know, they say when she came, now whatever she took up from the person, I saw the fire on the TV, nobody told me where I really sight on my TV, the house. So when the house, when she turned off, when the fire truck turned off, the house stopped burning. When the fire truck come, the house stopped burning. When the entire fire truck turned off, it started up again.
So jump before you.
Yeah, so I didn't forget about that happening in Connery. I could remember, but now I'm made to understand she did really had an incident with fire with much jealousy. I never heard the one. Jade, and the thing, I never really heard the one till now. Up till last week, I went over Molyneux, I saw her. I hailed out to her, and so because them is people who grew up around, I went to Molyneux school, as I said, you know. And Jade, and thing, I say it ain't she. It ain't she because that happened to her is a spin. And they must stop spinning on people, so. Only God does know, but and I make tomorrow and I die, we can't let them and have a bed, I will running off and I we can't move. Right? It's not she. But because of that, she should spin it on her. I remember the fire, but my mind was just the drum fire. Not nice, she had a jealousy fire, call it a jealousy fire for true. That done. And I made to understand now when I trade was going on over there. No? There's an old man have a ground going down Burroughs Range. We call it Burroughs Long Range, because it's very long on the trade. If anybody run you, you better take the machete to machete. If it's a plan, I say, Lord, don't kill me. Y'all got you there right to so long the road, me. Going on past Freights Baker, going on here very long. And I made to understand, is it true? I hope it's a ledge, you know, that there's someone over there because they're over the NHC land. They said they're going to take back the man ground.
I don't. That's the truth is, I really don't know who, what, why. But again, hopefully, if she's innocent, she's proven innocent. And if she's not, then there'll be consequences. We just gotta wait and see. Just gotta wait and see.
She didn't understand about fingerprint. Maybe you should have cleaned it. I don't know. Sorry.
All right.
Well, and with the land, let me finish the land thing now.
No. You're coming with that. You're coming too much story now.
But we have to go. We have a guest coming up, so we have to wrap up.
I have a guest. Okay, thank you for listening.
All right. Bye. People will want Angie free. Bye. People will want Angie free.
I have no words.
Bye. Jumpy fire. Bye. Jumpy fire and jealousy fire. Them is two different kind of fire. So you got to understand. You have to understand the difference.
I just don't want that catch me. That is all, and that is it.
I'm telling you. But guys, we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, we're going to jump right into talking trash with our friends from the Solid Waste Management Corporation. So stay tuned, stay locked to more Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN.
If you say you love your little dear country, try to do something positively. Be a watchdog for the environment. Don't leave everything to the government. dump our garbage anywhere. Lit on the streets everywhere. Our behavior is telling me that we really don't care. Take some pride in your country. Volunteer to clean where it's dirty. Tourism development needs a healthy environment. Whenever we litter, we threaten our survival. So those who engage in it should be treated like criminals. So don't be afraid at all if they call you an informer. Report those who endanger our future. So if you really love this blessed land, this situation demands attention. Think about the future generation. Do what we can to preserve this island. The laws for littering we must enforce. We have to let justice take its course. If you are a proud citizen, you have the right, you have a reason to save this land from destruction. You have an obligation to become involved in anything which affects this nation.
The Solid Waste Management Corporation, SWMC, is working hard each and every day to keep St. Kitts clean. Our primary mandate is to collect household waste while maintaining the engineer sanitary landfill in Connery. While it is the responsibility of businesses to see to it that their garbage is properly collected and disposed of at the landfill, the SWMC offers a commercial waste disposal service with our Nosy program. We also offer a bin rental service where persons can rent large bins to do community cleanups or other waste disposal activities. Additionally, our headquarters in Taylor's Range include state-of-the-art conference rooms for rental. So when you're hosting another event, consider using the SWMC conference facilities. We want to continue serving you by keeping our environment clean, because at the SWMC, waste matters. For more information, call our office at 465-9507.
Good morning, guys, again, and welcome back to Win Media SKN. And we are about to jump into our lovely segment on Terrific Tuesday with our friends from the Solid Waste Management Corporation talking trash. And in studio with us, of course, we have the lovely Nama. Nama, good morning.
Good morning, Azim. Good morning, Jade.
Morning.
How are you?
Yeah. That's yeah.
Yes, Jade is still not a morning person.
But Nama, I see you also have a guest in you brought friends.
Yes. It's been, it was a while. I was just coming by myself, and I'm like, yeah, people need to know I got friends too. So,
Yeah, I get that.
So I brought someone with me, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi, good morning. My name is Tchaikovsky York. I'm from the St. Kitts and Nevis Clean Seas Corporation. Yeah.
Okay, so Tchaikovsky, as he said, he's from the St. Kitts Nevis Clean Seas Corporation, and he's here to talk to us about clearly clean seas and how if our seas are clean and if they're not, what can we do to make sure that they become clean and stay clean? So tell us more about the organization.
So the Clean Seas, St. Kitts and Nevis Clean Seas came about from a regional project that we started with CYE, and that's the Caribbean Youth Environmental Network. Mm-hmm. So it was a regional project where about 5 countries were chosen to pilot this project. Mm-hmm. And at the end of this project, we launched the Clean Seas in 2019, October of 2019. And, we decided to continue with this project, and we went on and doing it until we get some sort of sponsorship. And after we get the sponsorship, we say we're continuing, and we push on, and we make a whole project out of it.
Okay, so the other countries besides ourselves, what would have been some of those other? Is it Caribbean countries?
Yes, Caribbean countries. So there was Antigua, I think there was Trinidad, there was Grenada, and
Okay.
also St. Lucia, I think.
Okay, and so the initiative here, does it just comprise? Is it different organizations or individuals?
Yes, we do have different partners. We like to call them partners with us. We have the Angelique Dance Company. We have also there's CYEN. There's the Ripple Institute.
What's CYEN?
It's the Caribbean Youth Environment Network.
Okay.
Yes, there's SDC. That's the Sustainable Destination Council. Department of Environment, and also we have IW ECO. That's our sponsor.
Okay.
Yes.
Nice. So all of these partners, they come together, and what do you guys do? How do you facilitate this Clean Seas initiative?
Okay. So how do we do it? We come together, I would say, back in 2019, when we started the launch of this project, we noticed that there were a lot of trash around St. Kitts and Nevis, especially on the beaches, because we were mostly doing beach cleanups.
Okay.
Right? So we noticed that there was a lot of trash there, and so we decided to make a project out of it. And we came together, we formed this project, we got the sponsorship, and we decided to go out and we clean the beaches.
Yes.
Also in this project, though, we're not limited to just cleaning the beaches. We also have water quality testing, beach profiling, and also tree planting along with integrated within this project.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So you said you clean the beaches, you plant trees, you do beach profiling. What does that entail?
Yes. Beach profiling is basically showing the width of the beach, basically measuring the width of the beach over a period of time until the beach changes over a period of time.
Oh, so basically you're looking at how that coastline changes over time.
Correct.
Okay. Interesting. And have you guys discovered that some of the coastlines have been changing, or has it been pretty consistent over the years?
We have seen like slight changes within the coastline.
Because it's not that much time that has passed.
Correct.
So,
Since we did doing the beach cleanup, since we were doing the beach profiling, the project started. There's been so much time passed, and so like how we had the COVID also, putting a dampen on the process of this project.
Right.
So we didn't really get to see how the beach coastline has changed over the past couple of months.
Okay. So the beach cleanups, the planting trees, the beach profiling, and what else?
The water quality testing.
Water quality testing.
Yes.
Why do we test for the
Why do we test for water? You know, especially in the Basti area, there's College Street Gut, there's down by the Senator, and also up here by the fisheries. Persons go there and they bathe in the water. College Street Gut, the water come down from the gut, into the sea. So we actually test the water to see chemicals basically are in the water.
Okay.
Yeah, and
to see if it's safe.
Yes, to see if it's safe for consumption, especially for the fishes, because we consume fish,
Right.
So we need to know what's in the water that our fishes consume, that we eat as well. So because if we eat the fish, we can consume whatever the fish is consuming as well.
Okay.
So yeah.
And I find that really interesting because yesterday I was a little binge watching YouTube yesterday, and this girl, she has a show, and she was talking about these persons who would have allegedly come from the future. It's some Japanese forum, right? And they predicted certain things that were quote unquote accurate, like some earthquakes, etc., and stuff like that. And both of them stated that by I think 2065 or somewhere thereabout, most of the we would not be like seafood would be a luxury because the oceans would be contaminated, so we would not be able to get seafood that's not contaminated. So I find this really, really interesting that we are taking initiative to actually monitor this so that we can somehow find a way or discover where the issue is and see if we can resolve it before it becomes
I actually
problematic.
came across a video of this guy Nas Daily. I don't know how much of you guys watch his videos. he came across this guy creating fish out of plants, and it seemed very interesting.
Oh,
Yeah.
I should look at that. Creating fish out of plant.
Yeah.
That is quite interesting. Okay, so I've heard about various beach cleanups that the organization has undertaken. There was one, I think, in March, if I'm not mistaken, about 15 beaches were cleaned up.
15. It was actually 12 beaches.
12, okay.
Yes.
And
Initially it was 15, but we had to cut it down to 12 because persons wasn't registering.
Okay, so how did that go in terms of the cleanup?
It was very successful.
Okay.
In the end.
Yay.
Yes. Yes, it was very successful. At the end of it, we collected a vast amount of trash.
Mm-hmm.
And it is very sad to see how much trash that we when we go to the beach, that we leave on the beaches in St. Kitts and Nevis. And I'm actually encouraging persons to, when you go to the beach, you walk with the trash when you're leaving.
Yes.
That's
what you're supposed to do.
It's very sad to see. We need to keep our country clean, St. Kitts and Nevis clean, because we have tourists and so on coming in, and they wouldn't like to see that, So, encouraging persons to, when you go to the beach, you take your trash with you when you're leaving.
Okay. Okay. So, when the organization began, you guys began with cleaning up the beaches.
Correct.
Do you see any difference in terms of cleaning up the beaches then and now? Has there been any improvement?
Yes,
or do you still collect the same amount of waste all the time?
I must say there have been some improvement, but there's still room for more improvement.
Okay.
You understand?
Okay, so we are heading in the right direction.
Correct,
we just need to accelerate it a little bit more.
Right.
Okay, so guys, when you walk to, you go to the beaches and so forth, please walk with your garbage bags and ensure that you dispose of that waste not at the beach, but properly. Take it with you, carry it to your house, carry it to the landfill, but do not leave it on the beaches. Okay. So what else does the organization do?
Okay. So I spoke about tree planting that we did, right? So right now, currently, at this present moment, we are doing some tree planting exercises. We have planted trees in some primary schools, namely the Violet Petty, Bronte Welch, Dean Glassford, Beach Allen, Kayon Primary, Tucker Clark, and we also donated to the Explorers Club as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's the children that plant it. So you donate the trees and the children plant them?
We will be there and assist them in planting trees.
So where do they plant the trees? In the schools
schoolyards, yes.
Oh, in the schoolyards.
Yes,
so do you plant outside of the schoolyards, or is it something that you're probably looking forward to do in the future?
We have done tree planting outside of the schoolyards around St. Kitts and Nevis, to be exact, around the island, basically, on the side of the roads. They basically where they tell us to plant the trees, basically.
And so how do you determine where the trees are planted?
We actually have to go to physical planning and ask.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And why tree planting? Somebody might say, okay, clean seas, tree planting, how would this here go hand in hand? Like,
how they go hand in hand?
Yes.
Well, you see, we are looking at it from an environmental standpoint, right? It's just not about cleaning the beaches. It's about the environment on a whole, right? So we look at planting trees as a way of combating climate change.
Okay.
Right? Yeah.
Because you realize at the end of the day, it can't just be, focusing on just one thing. There are other things that are contributing to that problem. So why not deal with it in a holistic manner?
Right.
Awesome. That's fantastic. Okay, so how can persons get involved?
So you can get involved by contacting us at our Facebook page. So our Facebook page is St. Kitts and Nevis Clean Seas. St. Kitts spell out, Nevis spell out, St. Kitts and Nevis Clean Seas. So you contact us there at our Facebook page.
And what are the projects that persons can get involved in? How can they get involved?
How they can get involved? All they have to do is just send a message, say, hey, I'm interested in this, and we will take it from there. We would register you for whatever activity that we're having.
Okay, and I don't believe you told us what's your role in this organization.
So my role here in this project is that I am one of the project coordinators for this project, yes.
Yeah, that's it.
That's it, just the project coordinator.
Just a
Well,
project. Anyways,
I said that like it's nothing but humble,
a
humble.
project coordinator, like.
He's so humble.
So, what does the project coordinator do?
we coordinate.
Okay, everything.
We coordinate activities, basically. Yeah, we make sure everything is in place
Execute, yeah.
Yes, to execute the activity.
Okay, so Mr. York coordinates as a coordinator. Thank you, sir, for elaborating on that.
Sorry.
No, man, it's cool. So, okay. So persons can contact you on Facebook.
On Facebook, yes.
St. Kitts and Nevis, Clean Seas.
Correct.
And they can get involved. So whether it be in the tree planting projects, whether it be in the beach cleanups. Do you guys also, so is Clean Seas, so the cleanup is in the coastlines. Are there any initiatives further out into the waters?
Yes, we have done in-water cleanups as well.
What does that involve? Because I could see myself probably drowning, look a bit out there.
So that involves like we go out on a boat, right? And we actually use like scuba
gear and stuff.
Yes, correct. And we actually go under the water and we clean up what is under the clean up our coral reefs and so on. Yes.
So can I just be, above sea?
Yes,
taking some pictures or something. That's a role I can play.
Yes, that's a role you can play.
Okay, we can work
actually
with that.
on the boat collecting the trash. When so when the persons bring up the trash, you collect it and you record it.
Oh, so I can't just be there for my pretty looks.
No, you have to do something.
But wait, why Isaac trash collector? Why do I
Somebody
have
has
to
to
be
be.
the trash
Somebody has to be
collector?
number.
I want to play a different role at some point.
You want to be a coordinator?
That sounds fancy. I will do what I do best. I will collect the trash.
Good.
So I will stay above, y'all bring it up, and I'll collect the trash. Okay, we can work on that. So sign me up. Or do I still need to come on Facebook?
I can send you. I will send you.
Okay. So I'm signed up. So I hope all of you sign up. You can go. So for those persons who do not have Facebook, because I have a certain person who always abusing me when I talk about Facebook. Mr. Culture always say, well, he ain't got no Facebook. So how can he sign up?
Well, you can call me at 668-6521.
668-6521.
Yes, or you can email us at St. Kitts and Nevis Clean Seas at gmail.com.
Okay, so you have 3 mediums of contacting. For those of you who have Facebook, and it's pretty easy, you go to St. Kitts and Nevis Clean Seas on Facebook. It's a Facebook page, not a profile, right?
Yes, a page.
It's a Facebook page. Send a message. Also, there's so much in terms of the initiatives that they have posted there, so you can just take a look, scroll through, and see what they've been doing for the past few years. Or for those of you who are not on Facebook, but you have an email, you can email at St. Kitts Nevis Clean Seas at gmail.com. And for those of you who have neither email nor Facebook, you can make a phone call. And that is 668-6521. And you will be speaking to who in particular? Yourself?
Myself.
Mr. York. So you can call Mr. York at 668-6521. And please only call Mr. York when it comes to St. Kitts Nevis Clean Seas. Okay?
Yes.
Don't
Much
call.
appreciated. Much
Yes,
appreciated.
do not call to harass about other things. Just St. Kitts Nevis Clean Seas. So now that we know this is how we can get involved, and we've heard of the initiatives that the organization undertakes, what would you like to say to the general public?
Okay. What I would like to say is that I would most appreciate it if everyone, as I said before, if everyone, you when you go out to the beaches and whatnot, and you have your parties and whatnot, you clean up the beach, take your trash with you. Now, if you're going to the beach, you're going for a little swim or, you're walking or something, you see some trash there on the beach, I would encourage you to clean it up. And just not limit it to the beach. I would extend it to inland as well, in your community as well. So you go and you clean up your community because, you know, a clean community means a healthy community, you know, and
Yes.
you know what I mean? So, yeah.
Okay, so in all your beach cleanups, this is just something that crossed my mind. What was the weirdest thing you've ever found on the beach? Can it actually be said on radio?
The weirdest.
Yeah, like what's the weirdest thing? Like you saw this and you were like,
Wow.
How did this even get here? What's the weirdest thing you've ever found on the beach?
The weirdest thing I ever found on the beach.
Everything is just normal.
Not really. They're tires, actually, we found on the beach. Like tractor. There's this one time that we found this tractor tire on the beach.
What is a tractor tire doing on the beach?
I don't know.
Where was the tractor?
I really don't know.
Okay.
I can't tell you where the tractor was.
So there was this random tractor tire. So somebody probably just rolled that down by the beach for. Maybe they carried it to have a seat, you know, something to sit on.
Oh.
I don't know. Make it make sense. Like, I can't make it make sense.
Actually, find a shopping cart. Like, one of those shopping
Like
carts.
Rams shopping cart. So Rams, guys, you know, best by all y'all. If your shopping carts are missing, check down by the beach. It seems as though persons are carrying these things down by the beach.
Yeah.
So you found a shopping cart and
Tires.
oh my goodness.
Yes, we also done some cleanups where we found like beds, machines, you know, this refrigerator gas. Yeah, we found out.
Right, and those things are very hazardous to the environment, especially the sea. So let's try to ensure that we take all of this waste to the landfill. And again, we reiterate that when haulers or anyone is coming to pick up your waste, ensure that you get that receipt. If you do not get that receipt and we find your waste down by the beach, we're coming for you. That's who we're coming to charge. The person who the waste belongs to. So try to ensure that you are disposing of your waste properly. And I just want to remind us that as we're talking about waste disposal, remember we're supposed to be separating and segregating our waste. As we enter, we are almost in June, and June is the practice month for July, which is Plastic Free July. Yes, and Mr. York and myself are also part of the SDC, which is all about Plastic Free July. And so let's start off with, I believe it's the 4th of June. We had Joyce Chang here with us last week from Taiwan, from the Taiwanese mission. And on the 4th of June at the Newtown Playfield, there will be the collection of the plastic waste as well as the canned waste. So take your stuff there, get your points, and win your prizes, so that you can come and show off to me that you guys have won prizes and I have not as yet, but I will be winning some prizes. Just remember the one that I marked. I definitely want that flatware set, and I'm going to be working towards that, and that will require me to get 30 points. So Mr. York, if you have any plastic bottles, just bring them my way because I need to get my 30 points. Right? So that's the 4th of June at the Newtown Playfield, and it's going to be awesome just seeing persons come and bring out their plastics and their cans to get weighed and to just kind of dispose of that waste properly and how we ought to. And I think it's going to give us an idea of how much plastic we actually use, especially single-use plastic.
And it's also going to, I believe, as we're doing this, it will give us a head start in learning how to recycle as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Most definitely. And it's important when it comes to recycling that we start that process at home.
Right.
You segregate your waste at home. You ensure that, you know, all those cans are cleaned out, all those bottles are cleaned out. You place them in their proper receptacles, and then we dispose of them properly. If they're not cleaned out at the home level, it becomes very difficult and almost impossible to recycle them later on. So let's ensure that we try to create a process that's efficient and effective rather than try to complicate the process. Let's just, when you open that tin of sardines or whatever it is you want to eat, just rinse it out and put it aside, dry it out. Remember the instructions, rinse it out, dry it out, and then put it in the bag or whatever receptacle that you're going to use to carry to For this Saturday is going to be the Newtown Playfield, but for other days, you're going to have the different options, which is Connery, Buckley's, and Diet Bay. So Diet Bay, Connery, and Buckley's, those are the different dropout points, and we will, of course, keep updating you on the drop-off locations and dates over the years and over the days, of the upcoming days. And, of course, remember that this project is an ongoing project. And so if you are unable to do it this time, then obviously you still have time to do it in the upcoming weeks, in the upcoming months. Just, gear up your mind and set yourself up to start waste segregation and waste separation at the home level, and then bring it over for us to dispose of it properly and recycle it where we can.
So I could call you specifically to come to collect mine?
No. Most definitely not. Do not call me. No. Oh, wait. To win my 30 points? Yes. Anyone who wishes for me to win, you can call me and I will either come or I will send somebody. I'll send Mr. York and he will come and collect it on my behalf so I can win my flatware set. But I believe...
When you send it, don't keep it for me.
Keep what?
Keep the trash from me.
No. This is for my points. This is my points.
Yeah,
anything
I want
that comes...
points too.
Oh.
So every man for themselves.
Every man jack for himself. Okay, no problem. I see how you fling me on that bus so quick. Yeah, so don't forget this Saturday, right at the Newtown Playfield, just take your recyclables. This is the recycling project in connection with solid waste, and there are so many partners who are involved in this project here. Mr. York, any final words? That's it. Yes. I did ask you for final words before, so yes. All right. So thank you all for having us once again, and it was a pleasure having you here, Mr. York, and for you imparting this knowledge onto us. And I do hope that you see a spike in registration, that persons go onto that Facebook page or email and telephone number to contact you to register and to sign up for all these great initiatives that the organization is embarking upon. And so I just want to say thank you to everyone for joining us right here on Talking Trash on 98.9. And for those of you joining us on Facebook and YouTube, we love to hear back from you. So comment and let us know who do you want to see next? What do you want to hear about next? And we will try our best to facilitate that. And so I'm your host, Nama, for Talking Trash, and I will see you all next week right here at 8:30 a.m. And never forget, waste matters.
If you say you love your little dear country, try to do something positively. Be a watchdog for the environment. Don't leave everything to the government. We dump our garbage anywhere, lit on the streets everywhere. Our behavior is telling me that we really don't care. Take some pride in your country, volunteer to clean where it's dirty. Tourism development needs a healthy environment. Whenever we litter, we threaten our survival. So those who engage in it should be treated like criminals. So don't be afraid at all if they call you an informer. Report those who endanger our future. So if you really love this blessed land, this situation demands attention. Think about the future generation. Do what we can to preserve this island. The laws for littering we must enforce. We have to let justice take its course. If you are a proud citizen, you have the right, you have a reason to save this land from destruction. You have
waste disposal activities. Additionally, our headquarters in Taylor's Range include state-of-the-art conference rooms for rental. So when you're hosting another event, consider using the SWMC conference facilities. We want to continue serving you by keeping our environment clean, because at the SWMC, waste matters. For more information, call our office at 465-9507.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects our sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
The Solid Waste Management Corporation, SWMC, is working hard each and every day.
Nabisco Oreo cookies, $19.99. Tropicana Berry Punch, $7.99. Briar's Premium Ice Cream, $22.99. IGA or Essential Everyday Frozen Waffles, $8.99. Essential Everyday Fries, $10.99. Essential Everyday Dry Roasted Peanuts, just $10.99. And now our very low weekly
value deals. Special K cereal, $13.99. Extra liquid detergent, $12.99. Lay's stack chips, $5.99. Palmolive dish liquid, $9.99. Ladies Speed Stick deodorant, $9.99. All Orchard apple cocktails, $7.99. Shop smart, shop value mart. Ahora en español.
Sea listo y haga sus compras aquí a Value Mart.
It's about that time. It's 2022, and the return of the St. Kitts Music Festival will be the best one yet.
Yo, what's up? This is Wale.
It's Popcorn. It's your girl Keisha Cole.
Mastica there.
That's just
Ruckus H.E. Sean Party Girls are overall.
And they will be joining Bungie and Fayang, Nadia Batson, Voice, Lyrical, Grand Masters, Small X Band, New Vibes International, Maxi Priest, Anthony B, Shaniel Murr, Imark, Highlight, Dejour, Barris Hammond, Christopher Martin, Vinal Powell, Jada Kingdom, Ashanti, Byron Messiah, and Rutimi. Join thousands of music fans from Thursday, June 23rd to Saturday, June 25th for this year's St. Kitts Music Festival. Get your tickets at www.stkittsmusicfestival.com.
Hey guys, welcome back to Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN. It's Terrific Tuesday, May 31st, and we're getting ready to jump into some more conversation. In studio with us, we have a very special guest. You been here before?
I've been here before.
Yeah, friend of the show. Friend of the show. And he's back. He's back to have even more conversation with us. We have the studio guys, Delante Lewis. Delante, how you doing, man?
I'm feeling fantastic. And yourself?
I am doing well. Jade, you perk up anything? Yeah. Okay, sorry. Let's.
Jade, how you feeling?
I tell you on, you know. She's here.
Yes.
Thank God for life.
Amen.
But yeah, man. I mean, Delante, I know that there's a lot happening of course, you are involved in a very real way with the People's Labour Party. And this is a time where there's a lot happening as it relates to politics, as it relates to the campaigns, because we are now eagerly awaiting the announcement of exactly when the election is going to be. But outside of that, if you don't mind, if we could speak about you for a minute. So who is Delante Lewis?
I'd like to say good morning to everyone out there in St. Kitts and Nevis and the diaspora listening to 98.9 Win FM and the Island T, which is one of the biggest and best radio shows on the island or in the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. We have two fantastic youths, and I am joining them, making it 3. So I just want to say good morning. Good morning from myself. Good morning from the People's Labour Party, and of course, good morning from the Prime Minister and the leader of the political party of the People's Labour Party, the Honourable Dr. Timothy Harris. So you asked about myself. Well, I am young, vibrant. They say that I am too energetic, but I have just recently completed my studies at University of the West Indies, Mona Campus, Jamaica.
Congratulations.
Yes.
I
big
wonder where you're
moves.
finding all this time.
Big
yeah?
moves, big moves.
Yeah, that's got extra hours in the day because.
Real hectic. I did international relations. That was my major with a minor in management study. And I also did some work in foreign language, which was French.
Okay. Nice.
Okay, what? What are you preparing for?
Ambassador, come on.
So on my journey, it has been a very good journey and a very good experience. I've managed to represent St. Kitts across the world at the World Youth Model United Nations in Turkey, where I capped the Best Diplomatic Award, Outstanding Diplomatic Award. And I also have been instrumental in the United Nations, that is the Ubuntu Leaders Academy, where I passed out with excellence as it relates to leadership, etc. So I've been doing some work as well. I was also the president of the St. Kitts Nevis Student Association, and I also did some work at the university as it relates to international affairs, international students affairs.
Well, Delante, you have been busy, and I can tell that a lot of your time has been going into a lot of self-development, and of course, through your work, some of which you mentioned, but also some of the things that we know you've been involved in here locally. You've also been putting in work in terms of youth development. But as it relates to, you got a nice oven shirt there. I must say, it really brings out your eyes. But as it relates to the People's Labour Party, do you have an official role in the party?
Yes. So I have been very active in the People's Labour Party for quite some time. I forgot to mention that I was also the national youth representative for about 2 years, maybe more. I wasn't counting. And I have been very instrumental in the party in terms of, being active, playing my part to deliver the message and what we are about. Recently, I have been appointed the spokesperson for the campaign. I think it's safe to say that is a role.
I was about to say, that's a lot of responsibility there, especially given the current climate.
One of the youngest, and that just goes to show you what the People's Labour Party is about, how we are inclusive and we appeal to all and have a strong youth base, and that is why I am here today representing the People's Labour Party, because it is a party that appeals to all.
Well, let's talk a bit about that role that you mentioned in terms of being the spokesperson for the party. You also mentioned, well, let me put it this way. A lot of times when we are hearing from the parties, it does seem to feel as though a lot of the messaging is put forward by older people to a younger demographic. I believe that you may be one of the youngest executive members for any of the political parties. So how do you feel, one, about the role that you have and the big responsibility that you have as being a spokesperson for the party, but also being probably one of the youngest executive members in the parties that we have on Island?
Right. It's the voice. It's having the voice for that segment of the population, the younger population. Let's face it, no one expected an election so soon.
Right.
We have been to the polls just 2 years ago.
Right.
But I have been on the ground, canvassing, listening to people, listening to the young people, listening to people from all walks of life. And I have also been, talking to voters about everything that PLP has to offer and educating them as to why we're here and what direction we plan to go and take this country with our political party leader, the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris. I think having this role is very important. And the fact that I am one of the youngest just goes to show you that and I reiterate, what the People's Labour Party is about. It's about being inclusive. It's about being a party for everyone. And it appeals to everyone in this Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis.
Well, I mean, you being a spokesperson, you might be, one of the best persons to ask this question too, because you have been mentioning, you've been speaking to persons about what the party has to offer. I'm going to be frank, there has been a lot of characterization of the party as being not the real Labour Party, right? But given this opportunity now, I'd want you to tell the persons viewing, the persons listening, exactly what differentiates the People's Labour Party from not only the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party, but also some of the other political parties in the Federation.
The People's Labour Party is a party of hope for this country, is a party of inclusiveness, it's a party of love, it's a party of progress. It is a party that welcomes all, no matter where you're from or which background, no matter if you're a Labour or if you're a long-standing PAM, we welcome all. And that is the message we are spreading. It is a party that delivers for the people. And we have a leader, the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris, who has a track record for delivering for the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. And he has always been for the people. And we have always been a party of putting people first. And that is what makes us different from any other political party.
So you're saying in terms of the differentiation between the People's Labour Party and the other parties, it has to do with inclusion and also the track record of the leader in terms of being able to deliver. It's almost like you're saying the other parties have a track record that does not stand up to that particular litmus test.
Well, I cannot speak for any other party because I'm the spokesman for the People's Labour Party.
Right.
So I am telling you what the People's Labour Party is about. So I am not concerned and I cannot give comment to other parties, but I can tell you that the People's Labour Party is about the people, and we have always been about the people. And this is what you're seeing now, an orange wave in St. Kitts and Nevis. You're seeing the momentum, you're seeing people volunteering, you're seeing people coming together, because when you mix red and you mix yellow, what do you get?
Oh, okay. Orange.
You get orange.
Okay.
And so this is what we're bringing to the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis, a new thinking, a new way of life, prosperity, and our leader is the best to lead St. Kitts and Nevis in post-pandemic and leading this country forward and bringing people together, because unity is not about minister. Unity is not about a political party.
Right.
Unity lives in the heart of each and every citizen of St. Kitts and Nevis, and that is what we are promoting.
Well, that we'll get to that. But you have made a lot of mention of the leader of the People's Labour Party, the Dr. Honorable Timothy Harris, right? And it does feel as though we are in a place now where his leadership and his character is in question, at least by some persons from some of the other parties, right? You being a member of the People's Labour Party, being involved, what has been your experience and what is your view of the Prime Minister?
About the Prime Minister, a lot of people would say, oh, he's a strong leader. He has provided strong economic stewardship to St. Kitts and Nevis. But I would say that he is compassionate. He believes in young people. He believes in the people of St. Kitts and Nevis. He believes in our people, that he has been investing in our people. And he have given us so many opportunities, especially young people. And that is what I can say about our Prime Minister. He has a love for people. Everything that he has done in the past and that he continues to do has always been about the people. And for him, the people has been front and center of everything that he does. And that is what I can say.
All right, so I could I could tell that you have a lot of respect for the Prime Minister. It seems as though your experience with him, and of course you can only speak to your experience, but your experience with him has been one that just based on what you're saying, you're not gonna throw your support behind somebody that you don't trust to be able to do the job that they're putting themselves up for. Is that fair to say?
Very much fair to say. I mean, our party leader has provided St. Kitts and Nevis with strong leadership through challenging times. And his leadership has meant St. Kitts and Nevis is well placed to continue our recovery from the pandemic. I trust him, I trust his leadership, and I trust his judgment. And that is why myself, the other young people in this country, and all the voters would be looking for a leader that they trust, a leader that is experienced and has accountability. And I think we have that in the Right Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris.
So I'm pretty sure, as your position and somebody who is following the political climate in St. Kitts and Nevis, you've seen the back and forth between all three leaders. What is your take on the way that they have been behaving currently leading up to the next general election?
Well, as I said, I do not want to dwell on any other political parties or any leaders at this time. But what I can say, that our leader has been responsible, and through his experience, he have managed to keep St. Kitts and Nevis in good standing, and he has continue to provide that strong leadership that this country wants. Look at where we are at now. The country is still running smoothly, and we have governance at its strongest.
Understood. I mean, Delante, I believe that, like you said, this was not the intention to have an election at this particular time. You also mentioned that unity doesn't just revolve around any particular party leader or anything. It lives in the heart of the people. But as we move into the upcoming election, and you recognize that there has been a splitting of previous previous coalitions and persons who would have worked together in the previous election, what is the messaging from the People's Labour Party in terms of making the decision to have a government that really represents all? is this, and I said it, and I prefaced it this way because there is a real possibility that we may end up in a situation where there is not one party that has a clear majority of the seats. And so we may end back up in a situation where a coalition is necessary. Is the People's Labour Party open to partnership in that way? Just like you guys are open to persons from whatever political background, wherever in the island, to be a part of what the People's Labour Party is trying to build. Is that something that is being considered? Is that something that the party is open to?
All right. So what I cannot do is predict what would happen after this general election.
I thought you're oracle.
Right? I cannot speak to what I have confidence in the people of St. Kitts and Nevis that they will support the People's Labour Party at the polls, and we will return a resounding victory. That is what I am aware of. If that is to ever happen that you're speaking of, I do think that probably they would have to have some sort of negotiations, and I am not in that process right now. But what I can tell you is that as we recover from the pandemic, now is not the time to move away from the strong economic leadership of our Prime Minister. And that is the confidence I have in my people, and I know that they trust his experience, and I know the outcome will be in the favor, PLP's favor.
So the belief is that the track record of the Prime Minister and his leadership up to now, people would not want to turn their back on that. They want more of the type of policies and things that has been put in place by the Prime Minister. Is that what you're feeling from people when you speak to them?
Absolutely. We have been on the ground for some time, and we are still on the ground almost 24/7, and we will continue to hit the ground. We will continue to listen to the people of St. Kitts and Nevis, and we will continue to deliver.
So what about people who, just as myself, is confused about their candidate, as I've not seen any from me, and I live in the constituency of number 1. When can we expect to see, if we are expected to see any other candidates? When will this be happening?
That's a good question. But what I can tell you is that very shortly we will have the rollout of candidates for each constituency.
Okay, so you just kind of hit something there. What you're saying is that, to your knowledge, the intention is for PLP to run a full slate of candidates on the island of St. Kitts.
Well, Azim, it's left to see. I know we will be launching out very shortly.
Okay. So there's more candidates coming, but you can't tell us if it's every 1 through 8 is gonna be filled at this particular time. But there's more candidates coming.
As I said, we did not expect to be here.
Right.
2 years ago, we were just at the polls, and now St. Kitts and Nevis is heading back to the polls. What is clear to me is that some other persons have been planning for an election all along, but we will be ready and we will announce shortly.
All right, well, I'm looking forward to the launch, because if there's one thing I know from what I've seen is that PLP tends to go big or go home. So I know whatever is in store is going to be. I think the intention is always to impress, to come put your best foot forward whenever I see PLP do something. So I'm hoping sooner rather than later that is what we're in store for.
We have always been a party that brings something different to St. Kitts and Nevis. Spectacular, of high standard. I mean, we have one of the best leaders here on the island of St. Kitts and Nevis and in the Caribbean. And so I am confident and I am ready and willing to rally behind the candidates that the Prime Minister or our party will put forward for this upcoming general elections. And I know the people will be pleased and they will support each candidate if we have each candidate in each constituency.
All right.
Well, last question, because I see that time is running out. Did he? I'm sorry, I missed it. I had to step away. But did he outline any plans for the party?
Not specifically.
Can you outline any plans for the party?
What kind of plans?
What would we expect if we were to elect the PLP party back into office?
Of course, at a later date, if you would have me again or anyone from the People's Labour Party, we would be rolling out those. But what I can say to you is that we have the point this evening at 8 p.m. with our deputy political party leader, Akila Byron Nisbet, and I'm inviting everyone to tune in.
Okay, so we could expect even more as it relates to intentions for the party, plans, etc., coming out this evening and as we move closer to the election date. Okay. Well, Delante, their time is fast spent, but is there anything that you'd like the listeners and the viewers to take with them as you wrap up?
Yes, most definitely. I want to say that St. Kitts and Nevis has made a lot of progress with the strong leadership of the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris. And this is not a time for us to go back. We have to keep pushing and we have to keep going forward. So I am here to tell everyone to come on board, volunteer, become a member, register for sign up for our pages, our social media pages, check them out, keep in touch with us because there's an orange wave happening and it is the People's Labour Party taking St. Kitts Nevis upward through the strong leadership of our political party leader, the Honorable Dr. Timothy Harris.
All right,
and we will continue to deliver for the people, delivering for the people, because people matters most.
Well, Delante, thank you so much for coming and talking to us a bit, one, about yourself and, of course, about the People's Labour Party. I'm sure we're going to see you again and hear from you again.
I would think so. I would love to be back here again. It's one of the best places to be.
We're friend of the show, so you're welcome.
Indeed. And feel free to, whisper in your leader's ear. We have a free space here for him.
It's a safe space,
Yes, it is a safe space. We would be looking forward to conversations with him.
It's only me and Jade
and all the listeners and
all
viewers.
maybe 6,000 people listening. It's
Small number.
It's not big.
Small number. So be sure to let him know that he's welcome.
Most definitely.
Thank you kindly.
Thank you guys kindly for having me and the People's Labour Party on your show this morning. Continue to have a blessed day, and everyone out there in St. Kitts and Nevis, it has been a good time. Keep it locked to Island Tea.
Indeed.
That's how you say it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Thank you so much.
All right, man. Thank you as well. Guys, we're going to take a short break and be right back with more Island Tea right here on Win Media SKN. Not going to wait.
Everything you want, everything you need, got the taste you love, anywhere that you may be. It's the Caribbean flavor. Shirley biscuits make me happy.
Shirley got it all about the flavor. Shirley never let me down. When I lime it at the beach on the town, Shirley biscuits always feel like home.
Everything you want, everything you need, got the taste you love, anywhere that you may be. It's the Caribbean flavor. Shirley biscuits make me happy.
Shirley, the Caribbean's favorite biscuit.
Good morning, guys. Welcome back to Island Tea, where Jade is obviously feeling a lot better. Feeling a lot better, and I'm happy to hear that. You're laughing out through the break, Jade. So he has to be
I
there.
was called and given an interesting.
Watch here. Let me tell you something. One thing I love about our listeners and our viewers, they care. And to that caller who called and gave me the advice, just good looking out, bro. Good looking out, bro. I had no idea. I had no idea certain dynamics would play. Thank you so much. But I do, it does have a few callers, our viewers, who call me. Sometimes they set me straight. Sometimes they give me different perspective on things.
Hold on, my cousin calling me and he's a lawyer. So let me just answer this quickly. Hello?
Tell Shabazz we need him on the show.
He hung up.
Tell Shabazz we need him on the show. But yeah, guys, so all you guys who call in and engage me in conversation, I was supposed to call back a lovely, listener yesterday. I didn't get to call him back. Because by the time I was free, it was late in the night, and I didn't know what his situation was. So.
Oh dear.
But yeah, hopefully we get to talk. So talk for yourself, miss.
All the
I on the
morning
train.
can't help you.
I on the morning train. Oh boy, but Jade, it is tea time.
It is already. Oh yeah, is that time for the morning now?
Yeah.
Y'all have electricity?
I don't think there's electricity in the sands, Jade. We had, and for those, let me apologize now. For the radio persons listening on the radio as well as on the stream, we went down for a minute or two. That was due to a power outage, but we're back. I don't know about the rest of the people. I don't know what kind of.
I don't know who all back.
But we are back.
Yes.
Somebody asking for an update on Kevin. Kevin is living his best life. I just watch Kevin snaps and get very jealous.
Bye.
I told him this the other day. I said, Kevin, I just live vicariously through your snaps here.
Indeed.
You see the company the man had the other day?
I jealous. That's
I tell him so. I say, boss, you want exchange?
I want him to flame out.
I say, boss, I have on several occasions, sat and just wished I was in the company of at least 3 of those people in company with right now.
Living his best life indeed.
Living his best life.
Living his best life indeed. But we will have him back during the summer to jump on to just give us a little, friendly chat up.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
Still a fave.
Still a fave.
Yes, but what you say we're jumping into Azim? You want to talk
I'm
about?
afraid to go anywhere now because it is obviously silly season and it don't matter what you say. Remember one time we had a conversation about people freezing their brain and it turned right into politics. Well, what about now? No matter what we talk about, it end up in the politics. So we might as well just talk something political. What political you got here? Because it don't matter what we talk about. Just read the headline. Just read the headline and let's just go.
It says 3-time Olympian Jason
Oh, man,
Rogers.
sports and all gone political. Sports and all gone political.
Oh dear. 3-time Olympian Jason Rogers speaks out against Pam Leader. Damn.
I can't get a break. The leaders can't get a break. No, the leaders can't get a break.
It rough. Well, except Mac. Mac over there already, he bike the little blue machine, as he likes to call it.
The warm-up machine?
Yeah, I haven't heard his name. You see Mac keeping out the way. I haven't heard Mac name in nothing for a while.
Is it because we haven't heard much from NRP? I mean, we plan to hear a lot starting this weekend, because I think the launch is on Friday.
That's what they said.
Yeah, so...
But yes, so the 3-time Olympian runner, Jason Rogers, spoke out against a funding program he says was pulled while away representing St. Kitts and Nevis during a live on his Facebook page on May 26th. The native Sandy Pointer shared that his constituency representative and former Deputy Prime Minister, Sean Richards, was responsible for pulling the funding that supported him while he was abroad.
Wow.
Yikes. Ghost put something in place for me when I was in Canada in 2013 to 2014. And then after 2015, when Padno... sorry. Don't put Padno in here. Padno, in brackets, Richards, did not renew what Ghost did for me. I had to move to Jamaica because I couldn't pay my rent and so no more. I had to move because expenses started hitting me. The Olympian said the program assisted him while away in Canada, facilitated by past Minister of Sports and representative for constituency number 4, Mr. Glenn Ghost Phillip of the St. Kitts Nevis Labour Party. Rogers referenced a separate program to support some track athletes, locally known as the Wheeler Boys, a program separate and apart from the funding he indicated he was receiving through Phillip. Delwyn Delaney did a proposal for the Relay Boys for the whole relay team that had nothing to do with me. He did a proposal to say the Relay Boys training up to the Olympics and we trying to qualify and we need X amount of money for like 5 to 6 members. Sean added a whole female relay team. Sean added whole distance runners. All these people went on Relay Boys proposal. When we did all the preparation, all the groundwork, the proposals was to support a specific number of athletes to race and represent the federation in relay events and eventually qualify for the Olympics. Rogers suggested that the proposal was then changed by Richards, who was the then Minister of Sports, to accommodate other athletes. Richards, in a town hall meeting shared on May 26, that some 14 athletes cumulatively received EC $200,000 in assistance. The Ministry of Finance had released in the first instance was an amount of $203,369.97. Jason Rogers received $15,486.33. Alistair Clark received a similar amount. I am seeing a total here for Leshrod Wallen, Delwyn Delaney, $12,226. Adolphus Jones, $12,226. Warren Hazel, $9,169. O'Neill Thomas, $11,410. Lawrence, $14,056.96. Kim Collins, $22,414.43. Antoine Adams, $19,567.68. Virgil Hodge, $16,910.70. Marcia Pemberton, $9,780.84. Oh wow, there's a lot of money, boy. Unique Brown, $12,022.28. Tamika Williams, $16,301.40. For a total of $203,359.97. So indeed, under my tenure, we ensure that we wrote to the Minister of Finance to get the money and disperse the money amongst the athletes. On May 25th, SKNLP candidate for constituency number 5, Kenneth Kenny Douglas, reiterated Rogers' claim that his funding was cut during the party's May 25th town hall meeting. I don't want to do like former sports ministers, the one from number 5 and the one from number 2, because we have a 3-time Olympian in our community of Sandy Point. Labour made a program in 2015 to help our athletes out there, and can you believe that our representative pulled the funding from under this young man when he was outside in foreign land? This is an ambassador of St. Kitts and Nevis. He pulled funding from this guy. I guess Sean was asked a question during a town hall concerning the funding being pulled, which prompted Rogers to speak out on what the former minister said. Richard said, referencing Douglas, I've heard that the same person has made a claim that I stopped some sort of money that Jason Rogers was receiving. I did not stop any money for Jason Rogers. Jason Rogers would have reached out to the ministry on other occasions to receive assistance, and assistance was given to Jason Rogers. I can go back into my emails, find the correspondence with Jason Rogers, and speak specifically to that. Rogers made several other remarks contesting that representation of his constituency received from its representatives as the campaign trail continues for the snap election expected within the next 70 days. So Jason saying that they pulled. Sean saying that they didn't pull.
My understanding, and I could be wrong, somebody could correct me because it's a lot of back and forth, is that there was assistance being given to him that was put in place by a previous minister of sports. He said that funding dried up, but he also acknowledges that he was also receiving based on a on a program that was adopted by the leader of the party, his representative. And so I don't know if it's a matter of, well, since now we have this program, well, this money is no longer, I don't know if he was expecting it to, I don't know. But for me, this is why I keep lamenting about, and people just be on my case about it. I've had several people reach out to me after the show every time I say it, but this is how I feel about these things. Too many times, these things come down to the discretion of this minister or that minister, boom, boom, bam. Apart from the fact that it seems as though they just want it that way, so they could say, well, I did this for you, or I did this for them, or whatever. These things does create real lasting problems in people's lives. Like, it shouldn't be a situation where even if for some reason somebody want to pull somebody off of a program or give funding or stop funding, and it shouldn't just be based on a directive from the minister. Mm-hmm. In other words, even if the minister recognizes that, hey, this is something that should be put in place, then let's put it in place so that whether or not I am here, whether or not I get fired, whether or not whatever, boom, 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 once this need exists, these are the things that make the people eligible to receive the assistance. And this is what is expected of the people who receive the assistance, right? So, for instance, we've spoken here several times about the fact that athletes have it hard. It's hard for athletes to remain competitive at the heights of athletics and do things like hold on a job. And this is not something that is unique to St. Kitts. It's not even something that is unique to small countries. I've literally watched reports where you have athletes who complain about the fact that they are part of the U.S. national team and they have to go and work. Have to try and hold down part-time jobs. So much so that a lot of them are unable to train effectively and then lose out on the ability and the competitive edge, right? Now, if we want to see our athletes succeed, then what we have to recognize is that, hey, training is expensive. A lot of times they have to remain under the coaching of whoever the coach is. They're not based in St. Kitts, right? It's a lot for travel to go around to compete. It's a very expensive undertaking to be a professional athlete.
I could imagine you have to literally support yourself, go to these long grueling hours of training, still go to the gym, still feed yourself. Nutrition and food ain't cheap, and they can't just be out there eating Burger King and pizza.
What ends up happening is that, Jade, what ends up funding a lot of the top tier athletes is sponsorships from different companies, right? So they get the sponsorship from Adidas, they get the sponsorship from Nike, Puma, etc. Everybody isn't going to be afforded those opportunities, especially at the start. But if we want to see our athletes given the best opportunity to be successful, then we have to recognize that the support has to be there.
Exactly. You can't just support them when they're winning. Like, that's not how it works.
But not only that, it's not that I don't believe that the sports ministers from whichever party or whichever government don't recognize this. The problem that I have is too many times it seems as though the funding and the support and so is dependent on who in and you have to receive directives from this person, and not only
nonsense.
that, and again, I believe that if you are going to be receiving support from the government, right, as much as I think most people will agree that that is necessary, I also believe that you, as the person receiving the support, you must have certain responsibilities to the country as well. So, for instance, right, we have our nationals here, our national trials, right? I believe if you are healthy, for instance, you could say, well, if you are healthy, if you are available, then you have to be at the national trials. You have to come home and run in the national trials, right? You could say, okay, in the off season, the ministry facilitates certain workshops for up and coming athletes, grassroots athletes. You're expected to come and be a part of the workshop, right? However we structure it, you come home, and even you could even be paid for that, but you have to make yourself available for these 2-3 weeks. We let you know ahead of time, hey, during the off season, you're coming home to be a part of to give back and be a part of whatever.
And that's
right,
that's not something I'm pretty sure. That's not something I think there wouldn't be.
But what I'm saying is there's too much things in this country that come down to, oh, let me talk to the minister. The minister give the directive and then it's expected to be a thing, and then, okay, well, the minister gone and the thing fall apart because, well, it's really the minister had tell me do it. These is things that need to be in place, like too many things, and we talk about it all with the police. How much things are left up to the discretion of the
everything is up to the discretion is always an issue, and they don't see it.
Come on, man, just put these programs in place where people know, hey, in order for me to be eligible for these kind of things, this is what I have to do. This is the responsibilities. And once I begin receiving this, well, I have a responsibility now to the country in these particular ways, so that everybody is clear. It don't matter which government it don't matter which minister none of it is set and is there. and you have the ministries that are responsible for periodically assessing the effectiveness of the thing and making whatever changes are necessary. So, for instance, hey, what might have worked 5 years ago, because of changes in the sport, because of changes in the level of the athletes, well, we might have to make some adjustments here and there, right? But it can't just come down to call the minister and tell the minister, send up, like, come on, man.
Like this athlete who is constantly training and
That's the problem.
representing St. Kitts seem to have said that he has been left out in the wilderness to fend for himself.
This happens in everything,
like,
you know,
y'all could feel good knowing that this person doing all of this and y'all looking at him to represent the country, yet...
I don't even know if that is the case, you know. Because what it seems like was happening, Jade, is that, like he said, the proposal was put forward, right? It was adopted. As a matter of fact, it seems as though, based on what Sean is saying, and it lines up with what Jason is saying, that more people actually was brought under the umbrella, right? So perhaps the minister figured out, hey,
this proposal is
this
good
proposal
enough.
cool. We're gonna extend it. We're gonna extend it to other people or whatever.
That's
no problem.
fine.
Yeah, no problem. The problem I'm having is that too many times what has happened is that is not a full assessment of what is necessary and what is needed, and so you end up in these situations where things drop through the cracks. Things drop through the cracks because yes, he may have been getting support, but what that got to do with what the man actually need to achieve what he's trying to achieve? It might have been shot.
Yep.
Understand? So it's how we do things. We do things a certain way around here, and we always end up in these situations.
Yep.
You got to you like, for instance, I'm up, and this has happened. So me attacking from previous governments, right? Oh, totally. We always hear this talk about. Here we are, the creatives, musicians. Let's say musicians. Musicians could use some help in terms of a duty reduction or even duty-free status and equipment. You go to the minister at the time. You talk to the ministry. The minister listens and say, bye.
Yeah, man, it's only good. It's only
That
good.
there sound good, bye. Okay then. This way you do. Tell bang, whenever you think, send a letter, boom, boom, boom. Election come, the minister gone. You know what happened to your duty fee that gone too?
That they got to.
So me ain't got the same need.
Nah.
So and too many times that's what has happened.
Yep.
Instead of putting these things in policy, we just like, it's almost like you're doing people a favor. It's like this favor all the time.
Anyway, we're gonna have to continue the discussion tomorrow because we have to go. We have to wrap up. Can you take us out, please? But before you take us out, I just want to remind you guys that we have a new program coming up next, The
Indeed.
Movement, with the People's Action Movement, hosted by Miss Laverne Keynes. So
Morning, Laverne.
I don't think she can hear us. So stick and stay for that one right after ILNT, right here on Win Media SKN. Their guest today will be Sean K. Richards, the leader of the People's Action Movement.
Indeed. Well, that's a good start to the show, I can tell you that.
But yes, we gotta go. Azim, can you take us out, please?
Guys, we gotta leave, we gotta go, we gotta listen back. So guys, those of you who logged on YouTube, Facebook, winmediask.com, and all these other digital platforms, trust me, we appreciate your support.
Indeed.
Those of you who put on your radio, turn that little dial up, press the little buttons until you see 98.9 on the screen. Y'all the real MVPs, appreciate you big time. To all the callers, to all the persons commenting on the live, you all really does make this thing fun. I can tell a lie. To all the guests, our friends from the Solid Waste Management Corporation, as well as Delante Lewis from PLP, big up yourself one time. You guys really help to make the show what it is. Guys, I know to say it, but sometimes y'all feel I just be talking, but trust me, I really do appreciate all the people who take the time out to listen to us, all the people take the time to reach out to us, talk to us about what's happening, give us your comments, give us your concerns, give us your cussing. We appreciate it all. But guys, please, remember to learn from the losses of others and spend more time living your content than posting it. But most of all, please remember, you can't be everybody's cup of tea because you